welcome to the Grow Family Network. And today we're featuring bush okra plant. This is real different than your like Clemson and the spineless and uh, the cowhorn okra. These actually bush out as opposed to going straight up. They kind of do both. So you get your main stalk that actually rises up, but off of this plant you actually also get these crazy limbs. So we actually call it the okra tree. The only thing, my mom's grew these last year, and she actually had the same, I guess the same review as I had, is if these limbs get big enough, they will, like as you pull on them, they will fall off. But I don't see it harming the plant at all. As you can see, one on this side, it actually been fell off, but the plant is actually still doing quite well. Uh, we're gonna have a lot of seeds this year, so I really want to have some fun this year with everybody. I don't know if I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but in a live coming up, I'm actually gonna think about how we're gonna do it as far as getting the seeds out. And I don't know, I got 7 kids, so I don't know if it's like might have to PayPal me $1 or something. I don't know. We're gonna think about that. Or we'll use some YouTube funds to have a little fun and give back to all of you guys. All right. So I want you to get in here. When you get these seeds, I want you to look at how they grow, because a lot of people ask about them. This year we actually didn't cut any back like when they both came up, but you can see when they grow close together, you don't get that huge size all the time. But right next door to it, this one here, you see that it actually got, I mean, my hand is like huge, so this thing actually got some nice, I don't want to say the word, but I'm gonna say it got some nice girt to it. On this one, I'm gonna show you one that's a little bit bigger. Now you see those are growing 2 and 2. Come over here. This is about the space you want. We always try to plant our things, at least, if you can look at the space from that one to this one, at least 2 feet apart. Try to do at least 2 feet. If you can do 3 feet, this thing is gonna be even bigger. If you can do 4 feet, it's gonna get even bigger. If you do 5 feet, it's gonna be even bigger, because it needs that space to kind of stretch out. So as you can see, it does have right here the branch that has fell off, either from just by itself, it falls sometimes. They are real fragile, so the wind won't break them, but if you come up and give it a little tug, it'll rip off. But you can look at that. What I found about this bush okra is, after the season, you can't just pull this one out like you would do a regular plant. You almost have to cut this thing out with a saw or dig it out. And that's how, I'll let you see that thing coming out of there. That's how thick that thing is. If you can see that all the way down to the bottom, it's in there. Let me let you see that. Let me see my hand pulling this thing. Back us up a little bit. And you can see how strong and steady this thing is. Really, really, really huge. So we actually got a good line of them, and you can see all the seed pods. We can't eat all of this stuff. Whether or not you put it in your water, whether you cooking it. Now I'm sure we can freeze it, but we don't have that much space in our freezer to keep freezing them. So I decided, a lot of people like these things. A lot of people was talking about how big they were. They actually taste pretty good. Let's go around this way. How we like to eat them is you can get them as they're growing. If you want like salads, or I like it more so just like put in whole, like if you want to cook them whole, where you don't get the real slime on them. See how fresh that was? It popped all in my face. Fresh, no slime in it. And you can just go around. They grow so much that you can't eat enough of the small ones. You come out tomorrow, if you see right here, it's just, I mean, they just never stop producing. Never stop producing. On any top, even, that's what I like about the bush, is on each arm that comes out, it's its own okra plant on side of an okra plant. Every arm, once it starts producing, it keeps producing. So like I said, it doesn't matter how small, you can pick a lot of these little babies. Look at that. They're really good. So like I said, we're going to actually have, let me show you something. I don't have my knife on me, so I'm going to have to open this up. Let me see, this one is about, look like it's opening up anyway. At one point when I was sending these to people, I would just send, this is the best way to save your okra pies to me, is just cut them all off and put them in a brown paper bag, and they'll be good until next year. That way you don't have to mix them up, especially. But you can see one pod, and I'm just opening this. And on each, if you don't know about okra, I'm sure you do, but each one is, I mean, that's just so many seeds that we gotta figure out a way to get you some seeds. But you see how beautiful that is. Nothing really messes with the seeds, like eats the seeds, like little rats and rodents and things. I haven't found, at least. Birds don't really come and eat them because they're hard. But that's just out of one. I'm dropping a lot on the ground. Now if I would have tried to pull that off, I'm probably going to break this limb off. So you got to cut them off the vine. Or not the vine, but off the stalk. But you can see, that's just out of one pod. I got about 50 seeds. So what we're going to do is, for the people that we send the seeds out to, that's actually how we'll send out the seeds, is we'll just take some out the pod, put them in